Hey folks, welcome to another Foenix Dev update. Focus for today is not going to be on Lich King or on OSF. We're just going to talk through a few things about using C to develop for the Foenix F256, but it has some relevance to BASIC as well. So what's been going on is Gadget, who's the developer of the microkernel on the F256, has gone and made an improved cc65 library compared to the kind of very bare one that I made to get myself going on Lich King. You know, my version, to call a library is a bit of a joke. It really just had enough to run on bare metal, and Lich King took care of the rest of the code. But for people who, if you just want to write a program, that's not, you don't have printf, you don't have file operation. So Gadget took that upon herself, and she's got a wonderful new configuration and library for us to use. So I thought I would take that and do a quick port of a program which detokenizes Commodore BASIC programs and converts them to text, so that you could, if you want to, load that with the super basic that's on the Foenix and see what's on there. This program doesn't attempt to convert or anything like that. It's really just taking the tokens. So for example, on a Commodore BASIC, if your program was 10 print hello, 20 go to 10, the 10 print hello, it would not, on disk, it would not be 10 space print, space whatever. The commands are all turned into tokens. So print has a code, a 1-byte code. Let's say it's 200. I don't know what it is. And GoTo has another one that says 220 or something, right? So that's what's on disk and saves space. So if you want to read those, you need to detokenize them. And then if you were gonna, so that, I think it's kind of fun. If you, the F256 does come with a pretty cool BASIC, which is also still in development, but still pretty good. So I thought it'd be fun to do that, and the new kernel and the new cc65 library that Gadget cooked up were great. So we're gonna have fun. And I was like, well, I'm testing on old disks. Let's see how old I can go. So I found some disks. This is a program I vaguely remember writing a terminal program when I was a kid, but I apparently also like Print Shop. Well, I actually do remember liking Print Shop. But there's a lot of stuff here, and some of these are 64 disks. Some of these are, I think, 128 disks. I think I found an old, like 4th grade assignment or something in here. There's some stuff my dad and my sister in there. So we're gonna go see. We'll see what there is to see. I think we'll start with this bounty disk. So first, let's go see what's on there. Just give you a shot. That's going in the old 1571. These discs are old, like literally 40 years old, so hopefully these will still read. Okay, so I think these are probably basic MEMS. I don't know if these are C128 or Commodore 64. Anyway, I think I'll try bounty.3. Let's see what that is. Okay, so at this point, what I need to do is get the program that I've compiled over with cc65 onto the F256. And right now, when we don't have the the wireless going yet, and we don't have the SD card that's coming soon, I think, the easiest way is to send it via the USB debug port. So I'm going to do that. All right, you'll see the system restart. Oh, and the other cool thing that happened in the recent kernel update is that developers can optionally include a small header. It's just a few bytes, which is basically like a magic number, and tells the kernel that there's a executable here at this starting at this place, and you can put in the name of the program, things like that. And what will happen is, if the user has selected on their dip switches on the machine that they want to auto start, it'll go through and it'll find the first one it starts, and it'll start it up. And you can see that's what happened. When you upload something with the debug port, it actually resets the machine after it uploads it. Reset it, the kernel started up, immediately found this program, and it's going to do it. So I'm going to type in bounty.3, I think was one. You need to watch case here. All the Commodore ones are in uppercase, but it is case sensitive. And it's going to ask me what I want to save it as. I'm going to do just add an extension because I can't help it. And it should, now if this works, it's going to go through and it's going to tell us what the starting line, the starting address of the program is, and that it uses that internally. And again, I didn't write this program, I just ported this, the detokenizer. It's called BasText, B-A-S-T-X-T. So you can find it on GitHub, and you can find this version of this also on GitHub. I think it's GPL2 license. But it should find that and then use that, and we'll look at that and see what that is, and hopefully that'll tell us if this is a 64 or 128. Okay, 801, I think this is a Commodore 64 one. So what it's doing now is it's dumping everything to the screen so you can see it, and it's also writing it out. So it's reading a line, writing a line, reading a line, writing a line. I don't know how long this program is. Looking at this, I can see some things like, you know, bracket, home, bracket, down, times 19. I think those are the detokenizer is doing those so that you know what to translate those into, which is pretty cool. But that does mean, of course, you know, if you're going to run this in any other BASIC, you're going to have to, you know, go type in the code for yellow or a command to turn the text yellow, whatever it is. Super BASIC does actually accept care codes, which are, I think, like the Commodore ones for color. I don't know if they're exactly the same. I haven't had time to play with it. I don't know if it does down, though. So we'll have to see. All right, well, this program's going along through here. I'm perfectly willing to believe that some code I wrote is slow, but this is actually just the speed at which the IEC drive is going to go. It's using this same protocol I understand is used for the IEC to SD, so it doesn't have the 1571 burst mode, unfortunately. That would make a huge difference. All right, well, it's done. It says exit code 0, which is my very helpful way of saying no error. And so you've seen that go through. Let's take a look at the directory now. So you can see Bounty 3 Basic, it's 26 blocks, and there's Bounty 3 that was 30. Oh, actually 26 is hex too. So anyway, it picked up a few blocks. But let's do read from DOS just to see what Bounty 3 actually looks like, you know, as a raw code. So this is what it was. This is basically what it saved you from doing. See, all those symbols and things are either raw character codes or those are the tokens for the command. So you don't see print or go to or anything in there because those are all represented by those graphic characters in there. And if you're wondering, the Foenix has its own character set. It does not. It's not a PETSCII character set, so it's basically, you know, ASCII for the printable characters, and then a lot of graphic characters for everything else. All right, so let's start up BASIC. There's BASIC, comes up super fast. It's hanging out in Flash, I'm sure. I forgot the name of the program, so we can do dir from BASIC 2. Okay, there we go. Bounty.3.base, see what happens. This will take a while. Again, that's not BASIC's fault, it's just the speed of the IEC interface. All right, so that's done. So you can see, you know, super basic, it's, you get the nice syntax coloring, you know, and then, you know, as we talked about here, I'll just highlight one of them here, point it out. These things are, I'm sure, put in by the tokenizer and detokenizer, and you'd want to, you know, use the code for reverse on and reverse off. I don't believe there is one for reverse on and off, so that's something you have to, you know, deal with. Again, there's not an expectation that your programs would instantly translate. It's just to give you an idea if you did want to maybe convert one from a magazine or something else you had a source. Gives you a place to start from. Saves you a bit of typing in any case. Okay, that's it for this episode. I'm sure I'll have another one soon. Maybe we'll take a look at actually developing, doing the compiling and stuff in cc65, but there's really not much to do because you just hit make and then you're done. You know, these are not big programs. All right. Thanks, everyone.